Some breaking news, everybody, on that college admissions scandal that roped in both the wealthy and famous actress Lori Loughlin and her husband. They have pled not guilty. NBC News investigations reporter Tom Winter is joining us now. Tom, I got to say, when you walked onto set, I thought you were bringing me something else with regards to the Mueller report. I got a little nervous here.
Chances are it's a court case, though.
But maybe any moment now we could be getting some news on the Mueller report. That being said, talk to me about what you're hearing with regards to this plea from Lori Loughlin.
Right. So a week ago, Lori Loughlin was indicted along with her husband to some of the original mail fraud and wire fraud charges that they were hit with when this scandal first erupted. After that, then they were indicted on a money laundering charge that was included with the original charges. That happened about a week ago.
Right.
And so today what they're essentially saying is they're saying, look, you know what, we've already come in. We've already been booked by the FBI. We've already gone through the bail and bond process. We've gone through all of that. And you know what, Your Honor, there's no need for us to come back in. We have nothing else to tell you. We're going to confirm that we received a copy of this superseding indictment. And in addition to that, we're going to plead not guilty. Really, it's a smart way by your attorneys to avoid another court appearance and avoid what we're looking at on screen right now, which is her, coming out of the courthouse, being surrounded by throngs of photographers, people shouting questions at her. And so it's a way for them to avoid that process. The judge has to accept that. But typically in these instances, the judge says, you know what, that's fine. You've told me not guilty. You've confirmed you've received a copy of this indictment, and they move on from there. And then at that point, we start to get some information as far as when trial is going to be scheduled, when certain things that have to happen in the pre-trial process, when that's going to be scheduled. So we expect those filings to come forward, unless, of course, she decides to strike a deal with prosecutors. But to date, she hasn't done that.
So remind me again the difference between her case and Felicity Huffman as well, because Felicity Huffman pled guilty, I believe, right?
That's correct.
But she only spent about $15,000, from what I understand, whereas Lori Loughlin, it was a much bigger number.
Right. And so that impacts sentencing. So if you're looking at this from Lori Loughlin's perspective, you're going to look at the sentencing guidelines that will eventually be proposed and will eventually come forward in this case. And so for Felicity Huffman, the chances of her for only $15,000 of the alleged fraud that she did, and it's no longer alleged, she said that she did it, for that, the penalties aren't as stiff. But for Lori Loughlin, it's different. And so for her, she faces the real possibility of jail time.
Wow.
And so it appears here that at least the course that they're currently taking is that she's going to move forward to trial, and she says that she's not guilty of these charges.
And again, it's important to note, we talk about the big names like Felicity Huffman and Lori Loughlin. There are so many other people that are involved in this case.
Yeah, we're looking at upwards of 50 people.
Unbelievable. Tom Winter, thank you. Maybe I'll see you again within the hour, possibly. Maybe.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.